Coming to you from a rainy but cozy Franklin, Tennessee day. I'm sitting in a studio here with my good friend, Mr. Jimmie Allen, platinum-selling country star, and one of the most talented young men I've certainly ever met in my how many decades of a career, I don't know.
Making me blush.
And look, you know what? He's going to get his reward even as we speak. He's been waiting for a strawberry milkshake.
Yeah.
It arrives right on time.
Look
Thank
at
you,
that.
McDonald's. Anyway, Jimmie has a brand new children's book. In fact, it's his first book of what I believe is going to be many. It's called My Voice is a Trumpet. He's here with his little boy who's got a voice that's very big. He's been making a lot of flatulent sounds lately with his mouth because I think he's going to be maybe a percussionist or a harmonica player. But he's adorable. And Jimmie, I'm just so happy that you asked me to be a part of this with you today, because I'm happy. You know me, I share every one of your great accomplishments.
I'm glad you did it. You know, I couldn't think of anyone else I'd rather have here doing
thank you,
this,
sweetie.
so.
Tell us about this book. First of all, it's beautifully illustrated. We always want to give...
Shout out to Kathy Ann Johnson.
Yes, yes. It's a huge part of it. I've written a bunch of these myself. And the biggest decision you make, other than what you say, is who lets you show it, right? So tell me about her.
So I was sent over a few illustrators. There I saw some pictures, saw their Instagrams. It was something about Kathy Ann's work that just hit me. Yeah. It's like music. Like when you have a song and you have a drummer. There's drummers that play the drums on the song.
Yeah, keep you
yeah,
beat.
But then there's drummers that play the song on the drums.
Yeah.
And that's what Kathy Ann is
great at.
That's
a great way to say
She's great at the imagery, highlighting, and what's the word for making it bigger? What's another word?
Magnifying.
Magnifying, yes.
Yeah.
The words.
Yeah.
And each page, it was like, I was like, yeah, this is really good. Like, I got so lost in her illustration, reading it, looking at her illustration, I forgot I wrote the book.
Well,
I was like, this is good. I was like, who wrote this? Oh, wait, I did.
Yes, well, you write songs, so it's not a big stretch, is it? It really isn't. You just
being a songwriter helps.
You write truth. You write truth.
Yeah, being a
so
songwriter
tell us
helps.
about why is every child's voice a trumpet, and why is it important for them to find their voice?
The reason why we kind of went with trumpet is because there's something about a trumpet. When you hear it, you know it. There's no question what instrument it is, and it's powerful and it's clear.
Get your attention.
Get your attention, and I believe everyone's voice has the ability to be powerful and clear and get your attention. But it's all about finding their confidence and belief in their voice, which starts in belief in themselves first.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do that, and when we say voice, it just means however you communicate, whether it's your actual voice, whether it's sign language, whether it's singing, whether it's writing, however you communicate, that's your voice.
It's so individual.
It is.
Yeah. Actually, I think that nothing bothers me more in our culture at times when we try to cookie cutter people. Believe the way I believe, worship the way I believe, vote the way I want you to vote, sound like, say these things. You know, no, God made us all so individual, so unique, and we go totally against all of His work. We try to just sort of do that stamp, make a little army of people that have no personality.
None.
You have two children now. Little Aiden, I haven't seen in a while, and he is like developing quite the little personality.
Oh, yeah.
You got a performer on your hands there. Little Naomi is what, just about a year old now, maybe a year and a half?
Year and a half.
Year and a half. She's just, what's she like now, besides delicious? I saw her at the wedding.
She's, she is interesting. It's funny, like, watching kids get their own personality, and it's never different. I mean, it's never the same thing. Like, watching Aiden start to develop his personality when he was like 1.5, 2, it's completely different than Naomi now, you know. She's funny. Like, I was curious. I didn't know what type of personality she'd have. I definitely think her personality would be a lot more like mine than her mom's, for sure.
Yeah.
Lexi's funny, but like quietly funny. Like, I'm more like in your face funny.
No way.
Yeah, I'm more like in your face. It's a lot to handle
That's
sometimes.
just your personality.
Yeah, and I think
you don't do anything subtly.
Oh yeah, no. I think Naomi will be like that. You know, she's a lot, and she's moody. I know she gets that from me. I'm very moody. Yeah.
See, I've never seen that side of you.
Yeah, when the camera's cut off and I'm at the house or on the bus chilling, Lauren knows my day-to-day manager's here. My wife knows I'm very moody.
Yeah.
But you know, I feel like when you're an entertainer, you got to turn it off
that's your job.
to entertain. But yeah, Naomi's she's interesting. But it's cool to see, you know. And this next little baby girl that's on the way, I don't know what she's gonna be like. We don't even have a name for her yet.
Well, maybe she'll grow into one. She'll
I might name her My Voice is a Trumpet.
Trumpet.
What's your daughter's name? Trumpet. What's her full name? My Voice is a Trumpet. We'll name her that.
Then she's due pretty soon.
October, I think.
Well, shouldn't you know?
Yeah, somewhere.
You are the alleged father.
Yeah,
Should we not-
allegedly. I travel a lot. There's always a UPS truck at the house when I come home, so I don't know.
It's the FedEx ones you got
FedEx guys are problems. You gotta watch them. The mailman.
So what do you want to accomplish with? Well, first of all, let's take some questions from your fans because they're checked. They said, what was the name of the song you sang for your dad on Circle at the Grand Ole Opry?
Down Home. That's a song I wrote with my bass player Tate Howe, my friend Ryan Ball, my friend Cam Bedell. Talking about my dad. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I saw.
Yeah, I remember when he passed just this past year.
2019. Yep.
Yeah. All right, hi Jimmie, I love your music. My question is, how did you get started writing a book? I'm very excited to read it. Thank you.
Well, Margaret from Flamingo actually saw me on the Today Show last year when I did like a Zoom-in call during quarantine. And she reached out because we were talking about the George Floyd thing, and she liked the way I handled it. Because my thing is, I was upset when I saw that, very upset.
Of course you were.
You know, but I feel like if you're trying to deliver a message, you can state your frustration, but still word it in a way to where people you want to hear it will listen.
Yes.
You know, a lot of times you can be so mad and you're just yelling and yelling and yelling.
Nobody gets heard.
Nobody gets heard. You know, so she said she liked the way I said it, and so she reached out to my agency, UTA, and UTA reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in writing a kid's book. I said, yes, actually something I've wanted to do for a while.
Especially since you become a father, I would
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
And it was, so we just talked about the voice, because like in that aspect, I use my voice. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we just started talking about that, and we got to work on the book. The book actually came pretty easy. I think, you know, being a songwriter was definitely an advantage. I think I wrote it in about 40 minutes, maybe. It just went through it. Now I went back and made a bunch of edits, me and Margaret did. But it came pretty easy. But that's kind of how the book got started. You know, it started as an idea years ago to want to write a book. But then I feel like different times in life, it can inspire a different book. And I feel like this book started using your voice from the whole George Floyd situation. Kind of really just taking a step back and just looking at our life. Like, how are we using our voice? Are we helping people? Are we motivating people? Are we helping people feel confident in who they are? You know, so that's kind of how this whole book started.
So when I think about how you and I become friends through the years and how I've learned your life story, there's a whole other big book in you, I know, that you're writing as well, in your own mind, in your own heart, that'll come out one day. It'll surprise a lot of people, Jimmie, because you seem on the surface to be so just very positive about everything. Just you're one of the hardest working people I've ever met in this business. You don't expect anything to be handed to you. You don't feel entitled to anything. You don't feel like a victim at all. You feel like you are, along with God, are in charge of your own destiny. How do we instill that in our own children as we teach them to use their voice as a trumpet?
That comes from, again, I feel like starting at a young age. That's why I feel like children's books are so important. Because you have, as a parent or a guardian or whatever, you have short years, I think, from the time they're born until they're about 8
His
or 9.
age.
Yeah. To really, I call it the sponge age, where they soak everything. You're laying the foundation to not only the person that they could be, but the foundation as far as like tools that they could pull from when they get older. Because no matter what choices they make in life, at some point there'll come a point where they'll remember what you taught them. And I feel like with this book, it's about teaching kids to use their voice to encourage themselves, encourage other people, but also have the confidence to stand up and speak up when they see something happening that they don't agree with. You know, not being ashamed.
With courage.
With courage. And that's the biggest thing, because if not, they turn into adults that don't speak up. They turn into adults that don't encourage themselves or love other people. You know, I run into a lot of people that ask me sometimes, hey, Jimmie, how do you handle, you know, when you're feeling low, your self-esteem, you know, and this? I said, well, you have to handle how you handle it. It's called self-esteem. Self-esteem is how you feel about yourself.
Right.
Has nothing to do with who says what about you, who says what to you. It's not called other people's esteem, it's called self-esteem. And I feel like that starts at a young age, helping them find their voice and being confident in their voice. And that really plays a positive part in the rest of their life.
Well, you were blessed to have a praying mother.
Mm-hmm.
I've met your mother, and I'm crazy about her.
Yeah.
I'm president of her fan club. She's one of the funniest, sweetest. You want to hang with his mother, trust me.
My mom's funny.
She is funny. And you need to be signing, honey. Put the milkshake down for a few, you know.
Like, speaking of my mom, I'm about to text her.
What'd she say?
I'm about to text her while I'm signing.
Okay.
Here we go.
Now, she instilled in you from day one and on that you were made in the image of God.
I love my mom.
And that God had great plans for your life. You went off for a while on your own and said, oh, yeah, I got my own plans.
Do my
I'll
thing.
see you later. Do my thing. Do what you gotta do.
So,
I can't tell
what
ya.
part of the book y'all want me to sign?
Which just wherever, you know what, it doesn't really have, here, do it along here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, you can answer a question while I'm, do you think you'll ever write a book about growing up in Delaware? Maybe
Of
and
course.
going fishing? Sure.
Of course I will. That's a must.
What are your favorite things to do when you
most
aren't
of 'em.
singing? This is from Cape Proud, hashtag Cape Proud. Fishing.
Fishing,
That's
Disney
his
World.
favorite thing in the world to do. He likes to party a little. The man likes to party.
I would say fishing, Disney World. What else? So what I do with the books after I start?
Yeah, just pile them there.
This is Angelina's book.
Angelina, there's a special book coming to you, sweetheart. We were very touched by your note.
Yeah, I would say fishing. I would say Disney World. What else do I like to do?
Movies. You like movies,
Oh,
don't
I watch a lot of television.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, you know, especially when you're on tour, if you all aren't in the music business, there is a lot of time
A lot of
you
free
got to
time.
spend while you are not on stage. A lot of people get in a lot of trouble because they don't manage that time well, right?
A whole lot of trouble. That's why, like me and my band, we do this thing now where we get up, always find a place to go to breakfast.
That's a good page to write it on, too.
Oh, yeah.
That might even be better, sweetie.
We play wiffle ball in the morning
Uh-huh.
before sound check, or we'll go golfing.
Yeah.
We went golf the other day. I'm not a fan of golf. It's cute.
But it's like you hit a ball, then you spend half the day looking for the ball
Looking
you
for
hit.
the ball, exactly.
Then trying
Especially-
to get out of the mess you made by hitting the
Yeah.
ball where you hit.
And it's hot. Like, it's so hot.
At least if you fish, you get something to eat at the end
Yeah.
of it.
Then you gotta walk all the way. Then at golf, you gotta be quiet. You can't talk while somebody else is trying to swing.
I know, there's too many rules. Okay,
Too many rules.
I bought one copy for my grandson, but I'm curious what age bracket you would recommend this book for.
All ages. The crazy thing is, I honestly think there's some things adults can get out of this. Because I look at this book for adults like a tune-up. You know, there's a lot of things in life we forget, you know, and we take for granted. And there's something about the innocence of a child's book that's written so plainly and so straight to the point, where there's things that you're reading this and you're like, wow. You know, and in the midst of reading this to your kid, trying to get your kid to be a better person and use their voice, it'll strike you that, man, I haven't really been using my voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Makes you
So
question yourself.
I would say this book is an all ages book, but it's definitely designed. I definitely wrote it the first time I've ever done anything directed directly at children. Because you
Yeah.
know, with my music, I'm not thinking of K through 4 when I'm writing songs. You know.
Yeah, I think it's the kind of book that even little 2-year-olds would love because the pictures are so
the pictures.
sweet.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? They don't maybe process what they're hearing at the time with the person who's reading the book to them, but later on, I mean, it settles into their psyche somehow.
Yep.
You know, I taught my kids to say please and thank you and I'm sorry and I love you before they could talk. And my husband Frank used to say, Kathy, they can't even say thank you yet. I go, they can go then. They can go then, and they'll get used to it, and eventually it'll become Thank you, Mommy. That person didn't say thank you, Mommy. Should I say I'm sorry, Mommy? Should I? And then they take off with it.
Exactly.
Just get it. Sow a seed in your children. All right. Are you working on any other books right now? And did you pick your illustrator? Okay, so you've answered that one. No question, but I just want to say how much I love the fact that you are proud of where you are from, and you promote the greatness of Delaware and Sussex County every chance you get. Thank you for making Delaware proud in so many ways.
Oh,
That's nice.
I love where I'm from.
We have also a Delaware connection.
Yes, we do.
So I think there are a lot of things that bonded Jimmie and me together when Jimmie and I, yeah, whatever. You know what we mean.
Me,
Us.
Jimmie and I.
Bonded us.
Us two.
Together. And one of them was Delaware. My parents ran an inn. We owned an inn called the Rehoboth Inn on First Avenue, or Brooklyn Avenue in Rehoboth. And so I spent many, many, many years living there and enjoying it very much. You're from a little town, is it not Georgetown, but close to Milton. Yeah.
Where it all happens, but nothing happens.
Well, some weird family stuff, but
Oh,
that'll
yeah.
be for the next book.
Yeah. Shout out to the Moose Lodge.
Got to.
Lewis Georgetown Road, what is it, 646, 68? Yeah, I think it's 646.
With such a big
648.
spotlight on racial disparity, how do you feel your role in country music and your new book will help or hope to play in changing some views?
Well, the biggest thing, I think the stem of racism and everything is people forgetting that we're all people. That's the problem. Racism stems from a group of people feeling they're superior to other people, and that's the problem. I feel once you level the playing field mentally, you remind everyone that, hey, the people that look down upon you, you're equal to them. And a lot of times I feel like the people that look down on everyone, they need to be reminded, hey, calm on that down. And I feel like this attacks it in a subtle way. When it comes to music, my place in the music business, I'm always gonna be myself. I'm black, I am proud to be black, I'm not ashamed of it. But I tell people all the time that just because society says if your skin color is this, or if you're from here, you're supposed to look like this, dress like this, and listen to this. Your skin color and your race does not define who you date, what you wear, or what kind of music you like.
How did we get to this place, Jimmie? We've come such a long way from
Yeah.
Martin Luther King saying it's the content of your character, not the color of your skin. How did we get so off the path?
I think
that was a righteous path. That was a godly path.
The problem is people aren't using their voice. It's because the negative people are louder than the people that have love in their heart, but they're too scared because they haven't found their voice.
Well, they also don't want to get
They
canceled
don't
in
want
this
to get,
world.
they're scared. And my thing is, if you can't get canceled if you don't let people cancel you.
You
You
give
see,
them
they
the
tried to
power.
cancel Kevin Hart. He ain't let them cancel him.
No.
You can't.
They've been trying to cancel me since I was born.
Listen,
no,
they can't.
Because they can't define
Yep.
me. Only God can.
You
and
get
only God
canceled
can
when you
define
go away. Yep.
Yep. Jesus didn't cancel anybody. He kept giving them chance after chance after chance. Didn't
And it's amazing to me how people, when they mess up, they're like, oh man, can you forgive me? But yet that same forgiveness they ask for, they don't want to give it.
They don't know how to give it. That's exactly right.
That's the problem.
And you can't receive it if you don't also willing to be given it. Okay, let's see. Hey, cousin. This is Desiree from Laurel, Delaware.
Desiree, what up?
Yeah, are you thinking about
That
turning?
Desiree Hazard?
It doesn't say the last name.
Let me see.
From
Desi, let me see.
Desiree from Laurel, right there.
Oh, what up?
Yeah, and she said, "Are you thinking about turning this book into a mini cartoon series for kids, or even connect with Sesame Street?"
Actually, the crazy thing is, my voice is a trumpet. I wasn't going to say it yet, but it is a cartoon. It will be on Netflix tonight. It's like I'm joking.
When the man, he works fast.
Yeah. But now the crazy thing is, I've actually tossed around this idea, and there's a guy who's involved with this Netflix show that I'm involved with that said Netflix is looking for content. So me and him actually been talking the last couple days.
Good.
You know him, Lauren. Lauren, you know who I'm talking about, the guy from the show. I won't say his name. But me and him actually the last couple days been talking about trying to find a way to make this to a cartoon.
Cute. One of now you got to, whoever you are, get in touch. What have been the most difficult and defining moments in your career? Wow.
Most difficult?
Well, you did a lot of odd jobs along the way.
Yeah.
You did a lot of shows you didn't get paid for.
Oh, tons.
Do we have more books, Olivia, for him to sign that? Oh, okay. But we need to let people, as he can answer that in a moment, but you wanted us to tell everybody a link they can go to, right? Because there are more signed books for you.
Yes.
Do you know
they are at mirrorcollectibles.com. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to type that in right now. It's in the link up there.
Of course it is. She's great at this.
Up there. Is it over there?
It's down here.
It's over there.
It's in the clouds.
It's down here. Well, there's a link. Mirror Collectibles.
His lips are frozen from the.
Mm-hmm. My most difficult moments. The crazy thing is, living in my car wasn't that difficult for me. It wasn't. What was difficult for me, honestly, was waking up every day and seeing artists come to town, get a record deal, and then waste it and take it for granted that I wanted badly. That was the most difficult for me. Seeing people that got an opportunity because they looked like the safe choice. You know what I mean? They fit the
mold,
stereotypical ideal image of a country artist. So I watch labels spend millions of dollars on artists like this just for that artist to quit or say, I don't want to do it no more, and then just leave. And then I'm just sitting here like, hey,
hello.
What about me? For me, that was the most difficult, because it's like, if you're hungry and you see someone sitting in front of you, take a full plate of food, just throw it on the ground, step on it, and walk away, you're gonna be like,
or just throw it in the trash.
That's how I felt.
Wow.
Watching people squander opportunities that I was fighting to get. So for me, that was the most difficult part of my career. Most defining, I think for me, would definitely be my first number one. Getting to record a song with Charlie Pride and Darius Rucker, getting to perform with Charlie Pride, and I think winning the ACM. That was, then you have that, but then a lot of things has been, happening lately with, getting to honor Garth Brooks at the Kennedy Center Honors, playing New Year's Rockin' Eve. I can't wait till it comes out in August, but Celebrity Family Feud with Steve Harvey, that is funny.
We just did that as a family too. It is so much fun.
It's so fun.
He's hysterical.
He's funny. He roasted my father-in-law for like 5 minutes. You'll see why. But he roasted Tyrone for like 5 minutes.
Good.
To the point.
He hasn't recovered.
To the point, Tyrone, when he was getting roasted so bad, Tyrone just goes, country music changed my life. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything we're talking about right now? I can't wait till that comes out. He's definitely going to be on YouTube for one of the dumbest contestants on Family Feud. It definitely.
He's proud to be in your family.
I'm like, man, I flew you all the way from Delaware out here for you to do this? What a waste. I love you, Pops, but come on, bro. I should have took Naomi on there.
I was going to say Naomi.
Should have took Aiden or Naomi on there. My goodness.
Something tells me Aiden would have been great. All right. Was country music always your favorite genre? If not, what is your favorite music genre?
Well, I don't have a favorite genre. I have favorite artists in different genres.
Name a few.
So you figure my dad only listened to country, my mom only listened to Christian. But I listen to country, Christian, R&B, rock, metal, blues.
You love music.
I love music. So I would say my favorite artists across multiple genres, not in any specific order, would be B.B. King, Kirk Franklin, Fred Hammond, Matchbox 20, Seven Dust, Hootie and the Blowfish, Elton John, Michael Jackson, Prince, the Beatles, Corinne Bailey Rae, Old Dominion, Keith Urban, you got Brad Paisley, you got Charlie Pride, you got Tim McGraw, you got Montgomery Gentry, you got Theory of a Dead Man.
Not too many women.
Puddle of Mud.
Throw a woman in there.
The crazy thing is, I do listen to females, but it's different genre females. I don't even think people would know the females I listen to. I would say Jody Messina.
She's great.
Well, people know Shania Twain, of course, but I didn't really listen I didn't really start listening to a lot of female artists until I got to like my late 20s, early 30s, because it was, you know, what the type of music I wanted to hear. You know what I mean? Like what I wanted to hear said when I was a teenager. You know, girls weren't singing about girls. Girls were singing about guys. And I'm like, I'm a 20-year-old guy. I don't want to hear a girl singing about a guy. I want to hear a guy singing about a girl because I'm trying to get a girl. You know what I mean?
You didn't have any trouble getting any girls.
You know what I mean?
Stop it, Jimmy.
So it was like, so I was listening to, of course, Whitney Houston. You know, that's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah.
Whitney Houston, Monica, you know, Brandy. Like most of my favorite female singers are R&B artists.
Yeah.
Like it's just, Tina Turner. You know
How
what I
about
mean?
Roberta Flack?
I do like Roberta Flack.
Come on.
You know who else I love? Yolanda Adams.
Yes,
CeCe
she's
Winans.
fantastic.
So a lot
CeCe.
of my favorite female artists are
Gospel
country,
stars,
or
country
gospel and R&B for females for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I love bands like Puddle of Mud, 3 Days Grace, We the Kings.
What
Sickest
artist
Kids.
would you love to record with? A duet?
That I haven't worked with yet?
Yeah.
Well,
You've just started on this career of yours.
Well, me and Rob Thomas got something in the works I think we're finally going to make happen. We've been talking about. There's an artist that I haven't worked with that I really, 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 really want to. Definitely Shania Twain. Paul McCartney. Kanye West.
Okay. So you got big dreams.
Yeah, Kanye's my favorite rapper of all time. I love Kanye. Yeezy. But I have this idea for this song. This song's already written. It's called Make Love Great Again.
Make Love Great Again?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a new version of We Are the World. And I want to get Usher and Reba McEntire on it. I think that would be so random, but so cool.
Just
Two different worlds.
brilliantly talented.
It would be Usher, Reba McEntire, me, and Bono. If I could make that happen.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
your voice is your trumpet. You
Yeah,
just
that's what
put it
I'm
out
saying.
there.
And the song's already written, and I'll give y'all writers credit, so holla at your boy.
They're saying, do you play any musical instruments? Of course, you play guitar. They
Yeah, I
certainly
play
should know
guitar,
that.
drums, piano.
This is a cliche question, but I really want to know how you got your, quote, big break.
My big break, well, I was at Puckett's grocery store in Franklin, Tennessee, playing their writers' rounds where you have like the songwriters
Yeah, I love
on
them.
stage
They're
together
so
and go
much
down the
fun.
road just singing songs. And my manager, Ash Bowers, who was just a songwriter at the time, was there. And after I finished, because he was singing as well.
I didn't know he's a singer, too.
Yeah, Ash is good. Ash was the first artist signed to my imprint, Stony Creek, under Broken Bow BMG.
I didn't know that. I
Yep.
had no idea. He's very cute, too.
Oh yeah, he's a looker. Shout out to Ash.
We see you, Ash. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was at Puckett's too, and afterwards he just came up to me and asked me who I was signed with, and I was like, nobody. And then he had actually offered to take me around and introduce me to other people, and I was like, well, what do you got going on? He said, well, I have a small publishing company and blah blah. I said, well, let's
do
work.
that.
Yeah. So
Wow.
and I liked it because, you know, we were so under the radar.
That you could do your
That
thing
we
without
got to
people
work without
messing
people
with you.
in, yeah. And I'm sure people thought Ash was crazy for signing me because I had been here at that point like 10 years. You know, nobody else would touch
It's like,
me.
and people think, well, if it's going to happen, it would have happened by now. No, God's timing is
Yeah.
not measured on
People
human
thought,
ways.
People thought he was crazy for signing me. So that's kind of how it started. And then a year later, I did a showcase, and I signed with Broken by BMG. Shout out to John Loba. for
No,
making it
everything
happen.
changed, yeah.
Yeah, everything.
But you're still
everything
with
changed.
Ash. That's what I like, too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Ash,
loyal.
listen,
loyal.
Ash not to fire me. I ain't gonna fire him. He's stuck
a
for life,
good
whether he
guy.
want to or not. And when he gets tired, he better tell his son Elon, you about to be my manager next. So tell, hey Ash, so you start training Elon to be a manager. Him and Lauren, they're not going nowhere. They stuck.
So we know all the good things that are happening now. You married your longtime love, Lexi. You've got a brand new little baby girl on the way. You got Aiden here and beautiful Naomi at home. Career's going crazy. You're the hottest thing right now in country music, which is so exciting for me as a friend just to watch. I feel like I'm You're family to me. And so when every one of your accomplishments, every one of your triumphs is like, it's my boy. You know, what's the hardest thing about being Jimmie Allen right now? Or is there anything? Just keeping it all organized, keeping it all, controlled?
Finding time, more time. I could be better at, family time. That's with because you had quarantine where we had so much time together, to where now everything kind of kicked in at once. The
touring,
the book, the Netflix show, the TV opportunities. Everything is kind of going at once, and
what you've waited for all these years is now happening, and now it can be a problem.
Yeah. So trying to find that, but Lexi and the kids, they've been great, supporting me, and then just making sure, trying to find time for your alone time. Like I love, I relax by doing things, fishing, going to Disney World, bowling, and I love TV. Like, Lauren, to tell you, any moment I get when we're in LA between meetings, I carry my iPad with me and my headphones. And if it's a 5-minute car ride or a 20-minute car ride, I got my headphones on.
Yep.
And my iPad. Like, my manager, she'll be talking to me mid-conversation. I'll just decide I'm done. I'll put my headphones on and just start watching the movie. Because, that's what I have to do when I get to that point.
He's on Jimmie time.
Yeah, and
right, Lord.
and I was, I'm glad I've gotten better at handling, the bipolar issues, and other mental issues I have going. It's what's helped is, one, being busy. I have to be busy, but also in the midst of being busy, finding ways to take time for me when I have this. I don't know why. It just sometimes I don't even realize I'm doing it till I've done it. Like, I'll be in the middle of something, in the middle of a conversation, and when my brain decides that it's done talking, I'm done. Like, I'll walk out the room and just leave, or I'll just stop talking on my phone, or just watching it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I think the hardest part for me right now is trying to make sure I still find time for, the family stuff I need to do. But the cool thing is, I have friends, and I'm sure my friends are like, well, Jimmy, we gonna hang out. I'm the worst at communication when I'm busy, but it's like I have something I'm trying to accomplish right now.
What is your short-term goal right now, and then your long-term goal going forward?
My short-term goal, New York Times bestselling author, short-term goal.
That can happen by next Wednesday.
How long you got to get the best-selling author? How long you got? It's got to be the first week?
Well, it depends on what they calculate as best-selling. Everybody's got a different, New York Times, you got to sell a whole lot of books.
Yeah.
But it's not. Did you do the Today Show yet? You doing the Today Show for this book?
I did it today.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Then watch it already. I bet it's already like zooming up Amazon right now, right? Lauren could probably check that right now. Everything you do, you got to work like your butt off for one solid week.
Yeah.
When I first started writing books, you had to go to 1 million in-house signings, and I would literally be 12 hours. I signed 10,000 books, and then I'd go and be there personally.
Yeah, I'm going to one today.
Yeah. Where are you going to be today? Let everybody know.
Today I'm going to be in Nashville, actually, at, what's it called?
Parnassus.
What is it? Parnassus.
In Green Hills, at the mall.
Parnassus. That's Green Hills or Hillsborough Village?
Green Hills.
You sure?
Yeah. Hillsborough Pike, baby.
She would know.
Sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Check it out.
Right here, bro.
What time?
2 o'clock.
Oh, you got to get
2:30?
going. We got to be winding this down.
2:30.
Now, right? Now we doing.
But yeah, I guess that would be my thing.
And long-term goal. How's the world going to remember Jimmie Allen?
Let's say, how are they going to remember me? I don't know.
How do you want them to, baby?
It's a person that worked hard. Looked out for other people. Always find ways to make things happen, not create excuses. I don't believe in excuses, but just general love. Because my thing is, I want to grow an empire because that's more jobs I can create for other people. We all have jobs because at some point someone came up with that idea,
Right.
made it happen, and stuck with it. I don't care if you are an electrician, if you're in the NBA, if you are a doctor, a cashier at Walmart, a custodian, a school teacher, doesn't matter. Somebody had to have the idea, they had to start it, they had to stick with it.
Right.
And that's how we all have jobs. So one day I want to do that. I want to be able to create an empire that it's long-lasting jobs, so where it's generational income for not just my family, but for the other people that are employed by my empire as well.
Well, today's another day, big day to accomplish those. Those kinds of big goals are accomplished little goals at a time.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you for asking me.
No,
with
thank
you, my
you.
darling. I love you. I love
everybody that's tuned in on my friend Miss Kathleen Gifford's page and on my page. Thank y'all so much. My voice is a trumpet out right now. Huh?
You can still get signed copies.
Oh yeah.
You can still get signed copies.
Let me know if you want to sign. My hand ain't tired. Look, it's ready to go, Hoss. So tell me what you need. Hey, look, that's what you do. Buy a couple books, right? Then get a trench coat and walk around your city and just open your coat.
Oh,
Hey,
dear.
I got that Jimmie Allen for y'all. I got that Jimmie Allen. I got that Jimmie Allen for y'all. I got that Jimmie Allen.
Please make sure you have clothes on underneath that.
Yes, definitely have clothes on under the trench coat.
Don't forget your underwear.
Yeah.
And that's our parting message for today.
My voice is a trumpet out now. Thank you again.
I love you,
I
my
love you so
darling
much.
friend. Go out and get this book. He just signed one for my little nephews, Shecky and Zachy Doo.
Yes.
Coming to you soon.
And y'all look out for our morning show. We're going to have a morning show one
We're
day,
going to
too.
do a show. We've got something working up. All right, you guys. God bless you. Thanks
See
for
y'all.
joining us today.